What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Institute. My name is Splattercat. We are chilling. We gotta go meet Dr. Yayo and Dr. somebody else. I don't know. We gotta go meet up with them. And then once we meet up with them, I'm gonna do my Brotherhood stuff. Oh, look, he was broadcasting from, like, right here with his microphone. Can I tap it and be like, mic check, 1, 2. This is Father's dad, so what you gonna do? I don't know. Would that make me grandfather? Would I be grandfathered in at this point on damaged cameras? Yeah, I think I'm gonna, if they explain things good enough, I may go with the Institute. They have really tried to murder me. They have sent a lot of random synths after me, but I'd like to think they were sent out of love, from keeping me from discovering things that I wasn't supposed to discover. They were hugging synths, designed, oh, there's a cigarette pack over here. Yep, mine now. Oh, and when I did that, I caused the boundaries of physics to be pushed, and that plate became transpositional and fell through the table. Supposedly, theoretically, there's a perfect configuration where your hand could go through a table if the, like, atoms lined up just perfectly. Don't think it would ever happen like that, but it could. That's the point there. What is that, a lighthouse? Who just has, like, a random picture of a lighthouse in their house? Like, well, just in case I ever want... Ooh, Sean's terminal password. Where's Sean's terminal? Ooh. Cheaty, cheaty. God, what an obnoxious computer screen. Let's see. Kellogg Conrad, an enhanced... life expectancy. Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were merely intimidated by his confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of his general being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer. But as I've continued to witness their reactions and gauge their sidelong glances, I've detected something else. Something I probably should have anticipated. Jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He's an augmented human being, a cyborg, really, and the benefits he's received cannot be denied. Really, the scientists here could not care less about the enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No, I think the cause of their envy is something more practical and more primal, is enhanced life expectancy. Just how long Kellogg will live if he passes naturally, however unlikely that may be, it's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old, older certainly than any other human in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Perhaps he'll make it to 150, maybe even 200. Let the petty have their petty jealousies. Kellogg is a living testament to the ingenuity and superiority of the Institute. I take no small pleasure in knowing that must irritate him to no end. So we got status reports here. That's just going to be general purpose things from around, whether they're active or not. Personal notes. The wait continues. AO can only confirm sightings outside Vault 111, and again in Diamond City sometime later. What that means, I'm not really sure. Will we actually meet? Was this all for nothing? No, I don't think it was for nothing. I will have learned valuable things about myself, my past, either way. I can't afford to let emotion get in the way. I must simply observe and record. I'm told Kellogg has gone offline. Strangely, I find myself thinking of Dr. Walker. He had such high hopes for Kellogg. A lot of faith in the implants and what they could mean. I still regret eliminating the project, but I know where it would have led us. Walker was never shy about his goals, and too many others were starting to listen. In the end, I believe I was justified. The Institute is about preserving humanity, not bizarre amalgamations of biology and technology. If I could have a robot arm, I'd be pretty stoked. Director access, what does this do? Director code required. But what if I load this right here? I don't think oh, there's more of them down here. Man, there's a lot of holotapes. I'm assuming at some point we'll find a terminal. I think this is the terminal right here. Just I can't remember that lady's name. Alright, I looked it up, and so it's called the network scanner. Not like on the internet, I just looked it up real fast in my quest log. It should be that one. Okay, so apparently I've scanned the network now. Never hurts to do a little bit of extra recon, just in case our enemies turn out to be a little bit more than they're leading on. I'd rather accomplish the other task just in case we gotta run tail tucked back to the Brotherhood after all this. Now, if that actually alters the way in which we interact with the Institute, that'll be incredibly interesting. Looks like there's somebody down below us. He's so low, low below me, it won't slow me. He actually looks like he's way down below the floor, or is it just... It might just be our son. I don't see any other... It looks like we got a bathroom over here. I don't think either of these... Is this a future bed right here? Like, what is this? That seems really claustrophobic. I don't know if I could sleep in one of those. I like to spread out and just be like, nyeh, like foot against the wall. One leg sticking up in the air. I sleep very oddly. It's part of who I am. Oh, here's the stairwell. Navigation is difficult. Splattercat, jump down tree. Oh, I was going to jump down that hole right there, but I don't know how far down it goes. I don't want to tempt the world's tallest tree to be my last vision of director's quarters. Oh, okay, so we can come out through there, too. Guess I'll just walk around in my power armor for a little while and have conversations with all the people they told me.
Tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Huh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course. We're all looking forward to working with you.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
There's something here that they're not telling me. They're way too eager to get me to be like, yeah, I'm on your team. Like, the only people that are really that concerned about you being on their team are people with ulterior motives that really, really need to factor you in or out of their plans immediately.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
What's a dematerializer? It sounds like a weapon. I need a dematerializer. My life would be better.
As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Yeah?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Quartermaster, hook me up. What you got? Got an Institute, an automatic Institute rifle. That'd be fun. An automatic Experiment 18A. 25% faster fire rate, 15% faster reload. Actually, what I really need this guy to do is just take some stuff off my hands. I've got like way too many like random little things here. We've got a improved focus maximized laser rifle. That does 52 energy damage. Well, maybe I'll just use that one then. So let's get rid of that. The Molotovs can go. I'm trying to clear out. We got a ported 50 cal. That thing does a ton of damage if you can get it to connect. I bet it's a bolt action, though. It looks like a bolt action. I'll probably get rid of the pulse mines. Definitely don't need that anymore. The syringer I've never actually seen before, so I'm going to hold on to that. I would love to use the 45. Oh, yeah, I bought a minigun. I totally forgot that I even bought a minigun. That's hella awesome. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to use it. Got a whole bunch of other random shenanigans in here, too. I just need to get rid of a little bit of the weight that I'm carrying around with me. And if I can do, actually, yeah, just get rid of all those. Like the eggs and stuff. Like the random things that are weighing me down right now. Anything that I've got like a huge stack of. except for things that heal me. I'd like to get rid of. We'll finalize that right there. That'll buy me a little bit of space. I think that I'm sitting at... Yeah, that got us down like 50 pounds. We're good.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
I'm trying to learn chess. The computer always beats me. The coursers give me the creeps, you know? They seem, I don't know, cold.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Why is everybody talking to me like they know me? It's got like this really bizarre like Truman Show type feeling where I'm like, how do you all know me? What? It's actually fairly similar to being a YouTuber where you're just like, how do you know me? And they're like, oh yeah, I've seen your videos. I'm like, oh, okay.
Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Doctor.
Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
The only place I want to call home was destroyed a long time ago.
I'm truly sorry. This must all be terribly difficult for you. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
He's not one of the guys I needed to talk to, is he? My little quest indicator is not... Oh, your helmet is so badass. How do I get a Boba Fett helmet? Dude, I want that helmet right now. The rest of your armor's kind of lame. It looks like it's made out of plumbing pipe, but I want that helmet badly. I just want to steal your hat so badly. Put it on my cabeza right now.
Power armor? What would you need that for?
I don't know what y'all are up to.
Maybe I should take some courses
Be
with
careful wearing that.
message.
You might be mistaken
Please
for a
don't.
Brotherhood of Steel
There's
soldier.
enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction. Just wish it didn't happen so often.
Coursers on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
You guys have all the technology in the world, and you're still using these ridiculous, like, CRT screens for everything. I mean, CRTs were cool, but we have better technology now. He's walking off without me.
Always be vigilant.
Hey, come here. We gotta talk.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
I like the way that he just, like, walks away. I like your Hare Krishna dress, dude. You gonna bang some drums at the airport? Hare Krishna. That's the only place I think I've ever seen a Hare Krishna, was at the airport. There was a bunch of them in Hawaii when I was there visiting family. There's Hare Krishnas everywhere. I'm like, damn, Hawaii's the place to go if you are Hare Krishna. Seemed like it's a fantastic resort designation. It's good for everybody. I mean, if you join a religion and then they're like, hey, how would you like to be stationed in Hawaii? I'd be like, yeah, sign me up, let's go. Let's do this thing. I will live there forever in happiness. Yeah. Institute Advanced System. I wonder why they instanced all these and made them separate maps. Maybe it made it easier for their data. I'm talking about Bethesda in general. Like, these random doors in here seem arbitrary. Like, they created these tiny little areas just for only the storyline people. I wonder if it helped out with data caps or what it was useful for.
What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Why would we want you dead?
I did some pretty sensitive work for the Brotherhood of Steel. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few others in the ranks that thought I knew too much. That's why I came to the Institute. It was the only place that I thought I'd be out of the Brotherhood's reach and still be able to do my research. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
Are you kidding me? I am surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood is having problems, and we need your help.
I don't see how that's my problem. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
You're wasting your breath. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. The Brotherhood desired my creations in order to destroy, to take control. I'm not interested in returning to that way of life.
I wish there was something I could say that would convince you.
You're wasting your breath. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. The Brotherhood desired my creations in order to destroy, to take control. I'm not interested in returning to that way of life.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
Yep, the first time I saw Hare Krishna, back to the subject at hand. We gotta stick to the important topics. First time I saw Hare Krishna was definitely at the airport. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know that was a religion until I saw one when I was probably 18 or 19. My dad said he knew what they were because they were really, really popular back when, 60s and 70s when he was growing up. He said there was a lot more of them back then. He said nowadays you don't quite see them anymore, but if you don't know what a Hare Krishna is, I don't really know. I can't explain it to you. I think there's some kind of Indian religion or something. I have no idea. They dress up in these orange outfits and they're always playing musical instruments and like dancing on street corners and stuff in San Francisco. It's no idea. I think it's like a Hinduism sect or something like that, but I could be largely ignorant. I have no idea. So please take my ignorance with a grain of salt. Don't freaking be like, oh my god, I'm a Hare Krishna and you're an asshole. Know more about us. It's your job to research me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just haven't had a chance. It's not on my reading list right now. Institute Bioscience. This should be the last conversation we have to have today. This has been a pretty unremarkable episode. Monkeys! Okay, I know they're gorillas, but still. Monkeys! Wait, they're synth gorillas? Cool. Yeah, you itch that boob, gorilla. You itch it. The itchiest boob in the land. You gonna itch it anymore, or you done? Alright. A little bit too much white in this place. Like, they need more color in this environment. What's up with these little indentations on the walls? There's gotta be a reason for those, like some kind of insulation or something.
After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
I think Dr. Carlin was looking for help with one of his experiments. You should talk to him.
Alright, so that's the end of that quest. Have I leveled up at all? I feel like I'm taking on huge amounts of XP right now, and it's just not, like, leading me anywhere. Monkeys, I will see you. I'm calling them monkeys for right now. It makes me happier. Talk to Faja. Back we go to talk to Father, I guess. I think he was up the stairwell over here. Maybe not. I might be lost. I like the design of the place. Although, like I said, it's a little blindingly bleached for me. I prefer, perhaps, that it be maybe a little bit more colorful. I can see people living in a synthetic environment like this going stir crazy or getting cabin fever from it. Like, I don't know how long I could stay here before I freak out. We need a lot more foliage. We're going to need a lot more color, like synthetic lights that create windows and things like that. Getting people to, like, survive inside of improvised shelters, habs for a long period of time is actually a pretty complicated subject because human beings are attuned to certain characteristics that we like in our living spaces, the ability to see the sky and stuff like that. I mean, I had a friend that was stationed on a submarine for like 5 years in the Navy, and he hated it. He said it was absolutely awful being stuck in that tube all day, every day.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
I don't really like their saying, mankind redefined. If you just take it at face value, you can redefine variables, and so it feels to me like they're treating humanity as just like this variable, like an X or a Y in an equation that they can move around and redefine as necessary in order to justify, you know, the resolution of the equation. I don't like it.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
It might not want to talk. It would be safer just to kill it.
That would be a terrible waste of a valuable resource. If at all possible, that synth should be returned alive. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Okay. I guess we gotta go find... We gotta meet with the courser that's hunting... Let's go to our map real fast. Where is the Institute? Oh, look at that. It's in... Okay, it's actually like right underneath CIT. I figured it was going to take us off map somewhere so that we could just like run up in there. So if we're after this synth, he's over at Nahant Wharf. I think Nordhagen Beach is as close as we've gotten. I'm going to teleport on over there, but this looks like a good spot to break off the episode. My name is Splattercat. This is Fallout 4 where things are getting interesting. I will see you all next time. Hi to everybody.